Now we go to exams. Exam is a very important part of the system. It helps schools to generate report cards, collect marks, etc. So we're going to see how we can deal with exams. All right. So first of all, examinations, director of studies have ability to access the exams from here. So for the examinations, you just simply click on report card. If you just simply come to examination module, and then you'll be able to see different items. We have report card generation, we have grading skills, we have marks, we have report cards, we have exam assessment, we have report card printing. All right. So where do you begin from? So when you want to collect exam marks, or maybe you want to collect mid of term exams, so what you do, you come here to report card generation. So this report card generation is a configuration that should be there one in a whole year, a whole term. So if there is no one for the particular term, you can go ahead and create a new one by clicking here, right? By clicking on new and create a new one. Just click say new, and then you select the term. Let's say, for example, for term 2, 2020, this particular year. And if I submit, so this one will not accept. Why? Because I already have another examination record for this particular term. So you should always have one for the term, and you should always be creating it when you're in that particular term actually. So for example, I already have this one. Okay, so this examination report card generation, it's going to help me to configure everything that I need to do with the report cards for this particular term. So it has a section where I can view the marks. It has a section where I can view the beginning of term marks. So as director of studies, I can monitor from here how many marks have been submitted for beginning of term, how many marks have been submitted for the mid of term, and how many marks have been submitted for the end of term. So, and the percentage with their respective percentage. So you have to create that one only once in a term. All right, only once in a term. The rest will be just editing. I think I've made that clear. Now, let's say that we want to receive the marks of mid of term. Let's say we want to enable teachers to submit the marks of mid of term exams. So here, I'll just simply come here to edit. So you edit that instance that you created. You say edit, and then after saying edit, you'll be able to access all these features that are there. So I'm going to explain each and every feature here so you can understand how you can configure your report cards and the marks collection for your school, right? So I'll make sure that the term is there already set and it is fixed. You cannot change it. So we have here mark setting. So it is divided in different sections. We have mark setting. This one is about the marks, this section. Then we have marks display settings, about what you should display and what you should hide in the particular time. Then we have here mark submission, like allowing teachers to submit or not. And then we have here report cards. So this is the section where you can manage the report cards of this particular term. Yeah, so the last section is the report card display and the report card template, or the design of the report card. So these sections, each and every section here has its own meaning, and I'm going to explain all. So now you want to start collecting marks. All right, so you have to first generate the marks so teachers can be able to submit the marks. All right, so to do so, you just simply come here to marks settings. All right, so after clicking marks, you go ahead and say generate the marks for student. So when you say yes, you select the classes that you want to generate marks for. For example, I can say I want to generate marks for P4 and maybe P5 and P6, something like that. So you can select specific classes. You can select a few at a time. You can select 2 you generate, and then you come back and generate for another 2, other 2, something like that. All right, or you can select all at once, but it's better to select a few. So if maybe a student has come in the middle of the term and you want to generate their marks to appear in the system, you just need to come here and select the class where that student belongs, and then you generate the marks. So the system will not override the existing marks, to only generate the marks of that new student, and they will appear and the teachers will be able to submit those marks. So I can say I want to generate the marks of these 3 classes. I select them. After selecting them, the system will ask me if I want to delete marks of the non-active student. If maybe student who left, I want to delete their marks for this term, I can say yes. So if there are marks that are redundant, they will be deleted for non-active student if the student is not found active. So I'll go ahead and put the maximum score of each of the exam. So I can go ahead and say for the mid of term, I want to teachers to enter up to 100. So maybe you're marking it out of 100, and end of term marking it out of 100, and maybe beginning of term marking it out of 100. So I put here the maximum score. So if you say maybe mid of term, it means that teachers cannot submit mid of term beyond this mark that we'll have put here. So we recommend to put 100, right? Because we sum the 100 and get the average if you want to combine the marks. So I can go ahead and select mid of term, so like that. And then after doing so, I can set if I want to display these marks to the teachers. All right. But before I do that, let's first generate these marks. So to do so, I'll just simply come here. I'll skip all the rest. So you've seen I've set these, I've set this, I've set this, I've set these ones. So we shall come to the display later. So I can go ahead and submit. So when I click on submit, there's something that is required. I have not selected it. Where is it? Or the report card title. Okay, so I can say mid of term 2 report card 2025. So this is in case we want to print the report card, what should come on the report card. So you have to put it there, and you have to select the grading scale that you want to use. So you simply click here on this drop down and select the grading scale that you want to use. So I can say grading scale for primary schools. So if I do so, it will go ahead and use the grading scale. I'll explain about the grading scale and how you can manage the grading scale. So give you the default grading scales. We shall come to this one later, right? So make sure you select any for primary for your respective school, if it's primary or secondary. So after doing so, I'll go ahead and do it and submit. So when I submit, the system will go ahead and generate the marks for those classes that I'll have selected. You can come and click on edit and generate even more subjects for different classes. So this one always take time, so you may be able to, you have to expect that it will take time. So you have to wait for it to generate until it shows you that it has done what? It has completed. So the system now has 648 marks that need to be submitted. So in the beginning of term, there is no any mark that has been submitted, and end of term, there is no any mark that has been submitted. All right, so after doing so, I'm going to open another browser where I'm going to log in as a teacher, and I show you how a teacher can be able to submit their respective mark. So what I'll do, I'll just simply come to another browser. Let me just open here another browser. Example, Google Chrome. I'm using Brave, so let me use Google Chrome here. And we log in as a teacher of P4, and we see how the teacher can be able to submit the marks. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the credentials of a teacher of P4. So I'll just simply come here to academics, and then come here to subjects. I want subjects of P4, primary 4, and then say search. I just want to show you how the teacher will count. So I see this, a call, he teaches science of P4. So I'm going to log in as a call on the other side. So let me come here and get the call credentials. I come here to our employees. And then come here to employees. I'm able to access all the employees here. I think most of our employees are not active. Let me make them to be active. This is a call. Let me go ahead and say edit. And then let me make him active. He's a teacher and I make him active. So I submit. So I go ahead and get a call's email. Come and put it. So this is school. Let me get the link of the system, school.tusome, .com. That's the one that I'm using for testing. So there we go. I'll go ahead and get his email, and I reset his password. So this is a P4 teacher, and make him to be active, right? So I'll go ahead and put the password. This is another browser. I click on login. So as you can see, the teacher does not see many things on the system. So it can come here to the teacher can come here to examinations and then come to marks. So when the teacher comes here, the system, if you're not a director of studies, the system will force you to specify which subject you want to submit the marks for. So I can say I want to submit marks for so the system says that you must specify the class, this exam, and the subject. So I can say I want to submit the marks for primary 4. So let's go ahead and see. This teacher teaches which subject in P4. So only his subject will show up here. So primary 4, I go ahead and select the subject, science P4, and then I go ahead and select the term 2. So if I'm a teacher, I'm not director of studies, I must select these ones in order to submit the marks. So I go ahead and submit. So if I have an access to this exam, I can be able to see it. So I can be able to see the respective marks. All right. So you can see, let me explain here something. So the teacher will first select the subject that they need to submit. So I have to specify the class, I have to specify the subject, and then I specify the term. So I can be able to focus on those on those marks. So let me explain something here. Let me zoom a little bit and explain something so you can understand. So you can see that anyway, I want to make a section of video of mark submission in another video. So let me keep this one just on academic exam generation. So let's meet in the next video where we're going now to explain about marks submission.